Splash Brothers.
Hey everyone, it's Joel, aka Squirtle from the Splash Brothers, bringing you a brand new deck profile. This week I'm going to talk about Lucario, or fully known as Lucario and Melmetal. So, this is the headliner of the deck. The main thing about this card is that not only does it have a healthy 260 HP, but also we're mainly using it for the full Metal Wall GX tag team attack there. So what that means is that only requires one energy to actually use the attack, but if you have one energy and one extra steel energy attached to it, it allows you to, for the remainder of the game, take 30 less damage from all attacks that your opponent does, and it also takes off all of the energy from your opponent's active Pokemon. Now, the proper way to use this is that it's not like ADP where you're just trying to get off the GX attack as quickly as possible. This one here is a bit more of a strategic user, and you actually can use it multiple different ways by letting your enemy, or your opponent rather, get their energy up on their active, and then you can bring in Lucario in order to GX, strip all their energy off, and then have more of an impact on the game. And to use as a team with this, we then also use our Zacian V card here. This is the full art version. The reason why is because Zacian is one of the best cards in the current standard format. With its Brave Blade attack doing 230 damage for 3 steel energy. During your next turn, this Pokemon can't attack, but also use it for its Intrepid Sword ability, which means that you can draw 3 cards and end your turn. Any steel energies that get drawn in those 3 cards, you have the choice to attach them straight to Zacian V. So it just means that you can power it up really, really quickly. Really well used in conjunction with this card, Oranguru from Sword and Shield, with its Primate Wisdom ability there. And what that does is once during your turn, you can switch a card from your hand with the top card of your deck. So you can attach for turn onto Zacian. You can then Primate Wisdom a Steel Energy in your hand onto the top of your deck, and then you can Intrepid Sword, knowing that at least one of those cards is going to be a Steel Energy. So a really easy way, and if you hadn't thought of that before, certainly encourage you to do that with your Zacian cards in the future. Other Pokemon we use is Zamazenta V. The reason that we use this is because of its ability, where Dauntless Shield, which means that this Pokemon takes no damage from VMAXs. So if your opponent's evolving their V cards into VMAX cards, you can easily put out Zamazenta and they can't do any damage to it. Also, its Assault Tackle for 130 damage for 2 Steel Energy and 1 Colorless allows you to discard a special energy attached to your opponent's active Pokemon. So really great for dealing with those pesky hiding energies, but also just other special energies, which is so common now in standard format, because the Vivid Vultures set has released a special energy for just about every type, with the previous sets filling in the rest, and so therefore just every deck now is running special energy, so it's great for that. Also use a Stunfisk V. Its Metal Skin ability, for every energy attached to this Pokemon it gains 20 HP, but also for 2 colorless energy it can deal 60 damage. And if they attack Stunfisk during the next turn, they take an additional 120 damage. So it can be a good stall card. It can be a good double knockout card as well. We also use Bronzong here. With its Heat Proof ability, prevent all damage done to this Pokemon by attacks from your opponent's fire Pokemon. So if you know that you're playing a fire deck early on, you can get your Bronzor out, evolve it through to Bronzong, and then stop playing any other Pokemon, because basically as soon as Bronzong gets locked as the only Pokemon left on my field, they can no longer deal damage to me and I'll win. Finally, we use the Promo Mewtwo here with the Mime Report ability. When I play this card from my hand onto my bench during my turn, I may put a supporter card from my discard pile on top of my deck. Really good for getting those boss's orders when you need them, because then I can Oranguru it into my hand. So now I'm going to talk about some of the key trainer cards that I use. So the first one being Energy Switch. So It's really good for moving energy between Pokemon when I need to get energy off off my Zacian onto my Lucario, for example, to get my GX attack off at the right moment, and then turn around and the next turn I can play other energy switches to take the energy back off my Lucario, putting it back on my Zacian, getting it ready for attack. I play one copy of Tag Switch, and so that's really good for getting multiple basic steel energies off my Lucario onto another Pokemon instantly. So I can move 2 energy at once, which is really good. I play 4 copies of Switch just to help my Zacians move in and out of the active zone. I play Crushing Hammer, one of the most popular cards in current format, and at a flip of a coin on a coin head, I get to remove an energy there. You can also see, for those who are seasoned collectors, this one here is from the XY Generation set, symbol there on the bottom right corner. One of the cool things about some of these cards that have been reprinted and are standard, you can use older versions of them as long as the writing of the description of the card is the same. Quick Ball, this helps me just get my other Pokemon out. If I don't have them in my hand, then I can get them out, and there's a certain order of preference I usually have in a match for what I would want to do. So if I have a Zacian out first, then I might get my Oranguru out second using a Quick Ball. That way I can manipulate my Intrepid Sword as soon as possible to get me attacking as soon as possible. Metal Saucer allows me to take an basic steel energy from my discard pile, and I can attach it to my steel bench Pokemon in any way that I would like, just one at a time, obviously. Really great in combination with Energy Switch when I need to move energy there. And finally, Metal Goggles, really great with the Lucario GX attack that I mentioned before, taking 30 less damage. With Metal Goggles attached to my Pokemon, it takes 60 less damage, which can be a real game changer when it comes to Pokemon's attacks and they're only dealing, like, say, 100 damage. 100 being reduced down to 40 is certainly significant, and so it can really come in handy for just making Pokemon attack below a certain threshold, and so they deal less damage. Also run 1 copy of Airballoon, which is really great for Zacian with a retreat cost of 2. I can easily pull it back and play a switch card to put one back in again. So it just really helps me to continue to attack each turn using Zacian. Also, I run a number of basic energies, but I also run a few copies of Coating Energy. So what this does is a special energy for steel types, and what the great thing about it is that it removes their weakness as well as providing steel energy. So if I'm coming up against fire decks, I can put a Coating Energy onto my Pokemon, and therefore it removes the weakness that I would have been attacking into. So there we go, guys. I hope you've learned something new. Put any comments in if you have questions about what I've spoken about today. I hope you like my playmat, Trainer Red, with all his 6 Pokemon from the Gold and Silver game. This is my favourite mat to play with, but I really hope you've enjoyed your video. Please like and subscribe our channel, and I'll catch you next time. Bye!